What if the kings who built the pyramids weren't just powerful, but also a little terrifying? If you want a calm, soft story that helps you drift toward sleep while still making your mind wander a little, you're in the right place. Tonight's story is about a powerful pharaoh named Ramesses II and the other god kings of ancient Egypt who lived in shining palaces, built gigantic temples, and tried very hard to live forever. This will be a calm, gentle walk through their world, their glory, their secrets, and what they left behind for us to discover. Before we travel back in time, you can tell me in the comments where you're listening from and what time it is for you. And if these slow history stories help you relax, you can tap subscribe so you're here for the next one too. Ramesses II was one of the most famous pharaohs in all of ancient Egypt, and he ruled for about 66 years, which is longer than most people live today. He ordered huge statues of himself to be carved out of rock, built great temples like Abu Simbel, and filled the land with his name so that no one could easily forget him. He had many wives and more than 100 children because he wanted his family to stay in power for a very long time. When people looked up at his enormous stone face on temple walls, they were supposed to feel small and remember that he was not just a king, but a kind of living god watching over Egypt. Other pharaohs tried similar things. Some, like Hatshepsut and Akhenaten, changed religion or ruled in unusual ways. And others, like Cleopatra, used clever politics to hold on to power as long as they could. All of them wanted two things: power while they were alive, and a safe, glorious life after death that would never end. Life inside the royal family was not peaceful, even though it looked beautiful from the outside. Pharaohs often married within their own family, sometimes sisters or half-sisters, to keep the royal bloodline pure, which created many rival groups all fighting quietly for the same throne. Queens might secretly support their own sons, princes watched each other with suspicion, and a single illness or accident could suddenly change who would be the next ruler. Some pharaohs made very bold choices. Hatshepsut, a woman, took on all the symbols of a male king, even being shown with a beard in statues so that people would accept her on the throne. Akhenaten tried to make one sun god more important than all the others, moving the capital to a new city and upsetting the powerful priests, only for his son Tutankhamun to bring back the old ways after his death. In the very early days, some kings were even buried with people who had been killed to serve them in the afterlife, like servants, guards, or other members of the household. Later, Egyptians stopped this and began using statues and magical spells instead. But those early burials show how far some rulers were willing to go to feel safe and important, even after they died. Now, close your eyes for a moment and picture a normal day for a pharaoh during Egypt's greatest years. The sun is just rising over white limestone walls and tall columns painted in bright colors, and the air is cool and quiet. Inside the palace, soft music wakes the king, and servants move carefully through the halls, carrying food and drink for his breakfast. The pharaoh's morning begins with careful washing and grooming. His head is shaved to stay clean, his eyes are lined with dark kohl, and his skin is rubbed with sweet-smelling oils. Golden jewelry is placed on his neck and arms, and a special crown shaped like a falcon, symbol of the god Horus, is set gently on his head so that everyone will see him as a living god. After this, he walks to the temple to give offerings to the gods. Priests burn incense, sing hymns, and the king bows before statues of the gods, asking for protection, good floods of the Nile, and peace for the land. Then he listens to reports about crops, building projects, and problems between villages, making decisions that can change the lives of thousands of people. During the day, he might ride in a chariot through the city while crowds cheer. Or he might take part in the opening of a new temple, hammering a golden peg into the ground as a symbol that this place now belongs to the gods. Even small actions are surrounded by rules and beliefs. Stepping into a room a certain way, treating sacred objects carefully, because people fear that one wrong move could anger the gods and bring bad luck to Egypt. At night, the mood softens. There may be music, dancing, and quiet conversation with advisors, while the pharaoh sips wine and rests from the day. But in the back of his mind, he is still thinking about his tomb, his mummy, and the journey his soul will one day have to make to reach the afterlife and live forever. Today, long after the last pharaoh has died, their world has not completely disappeared. Their temples, pyramids, and tombs still stand in the desert. And inside them we find paintings, treasures, mummies, and writing that tell us about their hopes and fears. Scientists use tools like CT scans and DNA tests to study their bodies, learning about their health, their families, and even some of the illnesses they had. From Ramesses II and other god kings, we learn that great power can create beautiful things, but it can also lead to unfairness and cruelty when one person believes they are above everyone else. We see how much effort they put into trying to live forever, building enormous tombs, filling them with objects and reciting magic words. Yet in the end, they still died, just like ordinary farmers and workers along the Nile. As you let this story settle in your mind, think of the pharaohs as both amazing and warning. They built wonders that still impress us, but their lives also remind us that no matter how rich or powerful someone becomes, they cannot escape time, and they still have to choose how to treat the people around them. When you next see a picture of a pyramid or the golden mask of a pharaoh, you will know there is a whole story behind that calm stone face, a story of glory, fear, family, and the never-ending human wish to be remembered. If this video kept you company and made history feel a bit more alive, it would mean a lot if you left a like and hit subscribe so we can keep exploring these amazing stories together. Who knows, one of them might quietly change how you see your own place in the long flow of time. Until next time, and thanks for being here.